It is the morning after the game before. And I wanted to kind of do more of a game review, talking about the absolute dross of the football match was yesterday. Pathetic. Absolutely pathetic from Tottenham. A semi-final. The club hasn't won anything in 17 years. And that's the level of performance we deliver. All those fans that travelled up on a Thursday night to Liverpool, all the way up the M6, in the freezing cold, getting back at 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning to get up and go to work again today. They should be refunded. Take nothing away from Liverpool. They're the best team in Europe. And I said yesterday on my post-match reaction, I have no problem losing to Liverpool, but it's the manner in which we lost. Zero fight, zero character, just sloppy passes, shit performance, in-game tactical disaster classes of substitutions, and Arne Slot got it. Let's be honest, it was the easiest game of football he's ever going to coach in his life. And the last 3 games to Liverpool, we are currently on a scoreline of 10-4. 10-4. And don't worry, guys, we've still got to play Liverpool at Anfield again. I'm sick and tired of playing Liverpool. We never get any fortune. You can talk about the red card as much as we want. Yes, that, should have been arguably a red card from Van Dijk. But I'm not going to come out here and make excuses for the remainder of our performance. Richarlison simply isn't good enough. Ben Davies, 10 years at this football club. You know what it means to us. And you put a performance like that, costing us one of the goals. Make sure you go down and drop a like if you haven't already. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. I am going to do more of a video later on Liverpool talking about, them this season, because they are the team to beat. Look, we can talk about how bad we were, but they are, they're something else, aren't they? They really are something else. But in terms of us, Ange Postecoglou, how he has not been sacked, for me, is incredible. This manager is so far out of his depth. So far out of his depth. You could see yesterday, we were crying out to put Son through the middle, Tell on the left. You've got Bentancur and Bissouma playing when they're the same fucking player. They are so bad. Why is Bergvall not starting? I understand Pedro Porro, because of his match fitness. And then, the lineup was just complete and utterly a disaster. The only players, like I said yesterday, that can come off the pitch with their head set, held high to a degree. The only players was Danso. Every time he got the ball, he wanted to play it forward. He wanted to play a progressive pass. And the only other player was Jed Spence. Sarr was awful. Absolutely awful. Bentancur was a disgrace. Bissouma and Son and Davis were 3 of the worst players on the pitch. And you look at Liverpool with a fully functioning midfield with Szoboszlai, who was probably man of the match, with Gravenberch, again, phenomenal. Curtis Jones, Gakpo, Salah, Nunez. Liverpool don't go out there and spend billions and billions and billions. They roughly have a similar model to us. But they've actually got people who understand what they're doing. We've got puppets in a fucking suit. A manager who's so tactically inept and out of his depth. A chairman who literally doesn't care. There's pictures of him last night on Twitter falling asleep. I'm not joking. Genuinely, it looks like he is asleep. Look at this. I don't know whether they've caught him blinking and they've just freezed it there. That's our chairman. Look, hands in his pockets, doesn't give a crap, does he? He does not care. Let's just be honest. The guy, he just doesn't care. He never has. He never will. We're 3-0 down. We're 1-0 down at half time. We concede 3 second-half goals. You look at as well, just to add insult to injury, our recent form. Yeah, we beat Brentford. So what? So what? The narrative in our fan base was give him the cups, give him the cups. Ange Postecoglou has also come out saying that that it's going to be essentially the same team that will play against Aston Villa. They must be sitting there licking their lips. But players like Bentancur, senior players in the team like Bentancur. Last night, Rodrigo Bentancur was heading down the tunnel at the end of the match before Lucas Bergvall reminded him to acknowledge the away support. That is a disgrace. A kid, Bergvall, is telling you to acknowledge the away support. You're an absolute disgrace for that, Bentancur. You're 28 this year. You're a senior player in our team. I'm sorry, that is inexcusable. This guy's won league titles with Juventus, right? This guy's played in Copa Americas. This guy's played in World Cups. This guy's won Copa Italias. He knows what it means, and he can't even acknowledge the away support that have stood there in the freezing cold watching us get absolutely destroyed. I'm sorry, that is inexcusable. Look at this. Look at this fraud. I don't put any responsibility on the senior players last night. What are you talking about? Bentancur was horrendous. Son was piss poor. Davis was a disgrace. As a collective, we just didn't tackle the challenge. It's always about, right? It's always about you. Like, I understand directly saying Bentancur wasn't good enough because you don't want to scapegoat him. But you could have at least said the senior players did not perform tonight. Like, what are we doing? Look at the match stats. 26 shots against 10. Liverpool had more shots on target than we had shots. That is a disgrace. Doesn't matter how you want to draw it up. No fight, no determination, no character, spineless, gutless performance from Tottenham. And we've got Aston Villa on the weekend. If we're out of the cup, if we're out of the FA Cup come Sunday and he is not sacked, that deserves a protest on its own. That deserves a protest on its own. Aston Villa, Man United, Ipswich, City, Bournemouth, Fulham. I only see a couple of points, a couple of draws. We may beat Man United, but we will lose to Ipswich, we will lose to Bournemouth, we will lose to Fulham, we will lose to Villa, and we'll probably lose to City. And then after that, does it get any easier? Does it get any easier? No. Does it get any easier? Chelsea away, Wolves away, Liverpool away, West Ham away, Forest at home, Southampton at home. Sack this manager. Sack him. What's the narrative going to be come, Sunday when we're out in the FA Cup and we're still sitting 15th in the Premier League, but we're out of 2 cups? Oh, just wait, Henry. Give him the Europa League. Absolute fraudulent manager. Disgraceful manager. Absolutely disgraceful, that was. Don't matter how you want to dress it up. No if, buts, or maybes. That is shambolic. Absolutely shambolic. I don't care what anyone says. That is horrendous. And if I'll be honest, I don't think we'll beat Aston Villa. I think we'll be out of the cup. And then we've got Manchester United. We've got Manchester United after that. And our Premier League fixtures aren't getting any easier. We still won't have any. We might have some players back for the Man United game where, the team will probably turn up because whenever there's pressure, we completely fold or capitulate. Richarlison has suffered a calf injury last night, and Postecoglou come out and said it doesn't look good. So that just tells me all we need to know. Another injury from an underperforming player. It's just laughable. Look at this. The major lesson to learn is that we can't go into games looking like this to protect our results in any other ways. We just don't have the mindset and the mentality in this football club. We don't have a winning mentality. It's as simple as that. And we don't have a manager who literally doesn't have an idea what he's doing. Out there saying that I can't blame senior players tonight. What are you talking about? Like, seriously, what are you talking about? You can't blame senior players. It's laughable. It's actually laughable. Look, I'll see you in the next one. I'm out.